Hello, algebra students. It is Miss Brott. I feel like it has been a while since I've made a video, so I am excited here today. So we are on the new packet. We are on page 3, and you are watching video number 25. We are going to get into multiplying polynomials today. So at the top of your paper, next to where it says watch video number 25, I would like you to put a star, and then I would like you to write down add exponents when multiplying variables. And remember, there you go. Sorry about that. So you're adding the exponents when you're multiplying the variables. And remember, a variable means a letter. So I'm going to go and take a look at number 1. It says to find each product. Remember, product is the same thing as multiplying. So we are doing our distributive property here. So I'm doing 6v times 2v. So I don't have exponents that are actually shown there. So I'm going to put invisible ones. So I multiply my numbers. So 6 times 2 is 12. And then just like we wrote down with our stars, we're going to add the exponents. So v times v is just adding my exponents, 1 plus 1. So that's v to the second power. Then we're doing 6v times 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. And then I carry along the v with it. And that is your product. I'm going to do the same thing in number 3. So I'm going to distribute the 2x to everything in the parentheses. So I'm multiplying the numbers in front of the letter. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. I have invisible ones as my exponents. So x times x, I add my exponents. 1 plus 1, again, is 2. So x times x is x squared. And then we have 2x times negative 3. 2 times negative 3 is a negative 6, and I carry along that x. So when we were adding and subtracting in the last video, we can only combine like terms. The multiplication is different. So they do not have to be like terms to multiply. So number 5 gets a little bit different. So now in number 5, I'm not just distributing one term. I'm going to distribute this whole first set of parentheses to everything in the second set of parentheses. So I'm going to distribute 2n to the 6n. So 2 times 6 is 12. Remember, we're adding our exponents. My invisible exponents are 1. So n times n is n to the second. I also need to distribute the 2n to the 1. So 2n times 1 just gives me 2n. So if I distribute the 2n to everything in the parentheses, I also need to distribute the 2 to everything in the second set of parentheses. So 2 times 6n will give me 12n. And I also need to distribute the 2 to the 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to combine my like terms. So the like terms I have here would be 2n and 12n, which would give me 14n. I'm not adding my exponents because we're not multiplying. We're just adding these two terms together because they are alike. And then I carry down everything else I didn't use. So that trinomial there, a trinomial means it has 3 terms, 1, 2, 3. So this trinomial is my final answer. I'm going to do the same thing for number 7. So I'm going to do x times 6x. So my invisible number in front of x is just 1. So 1 times 6 is 6. Remember, I have invisible exponents of 1. So I'm adding my exponents when I'm multiplying. 1 plus 1 will give me x squared. Then I have 1x times negative 2, which will give me a negative 2x. So I'm double distributing. So I just distributed the x. Now I need to distribute the -3. So -3 times 6x should give me -18x. -3 times -2. Careful, everybody always makes this mistake. Negative times a negative gives you a positive. So plus 6x. My next step is to combine like terms. So I don't have any other terms that have an x squared, so I have nothing to combine this with. But I do have two terms with just an x. So -2 minus 18 will give me a -20x. And then I just carry down everything else I haven't used. So 6x squared minus 20x plus 6. Number 9, I'm going to distribute the 6p to the 5p. So 6 times 5 gives me 30. P to the first times p to the first, I'm adding my exponents. 1 plus 1 is 2, so that's p squared. Then I have 6p times -8, which would give me a -48p. And I have 8 times 5p, gives me a positive 40p. And I have 8 times -8, gives me a -64. Again, I have no other p squared terms here, so I'm just combining my like terms. So -48p plus 40p, give me a -8p. And I carry down all the terms I didn't use. So there's my trinomial as my answer. And then here's the last one we're going to do. You guessed it right. You're going to do 2a times 8a. So 2 times 8 is 16. A times a to the first, a to the first. I add my exponents, so that's a squared. Then I have 2a times -5. It's -10a. Then I have a -1 I also needed to distribute. So -1 times 8a will give me a -8a. I also need to do -1 times -5, which will give me a +5. I'm then going to combine my like terms. So -10a minus 8a will give me a -18a. And I'm going to carry down the 16a squared and the +5. So I have another trinomial as my answer. So on this same page right here, you are going to do the evens. You are doing number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So please use 1 through 11 odd that I just did as your guide to help you. Message your teacher if you have any questions. Miss Santoro said that her students would have liked the questions to be a little closer, the camera to be closer to the question, so I hope this was better. If not, give her some feedback, let me know, and I will change it, or you can message me. Have a great day, everybody.